Hello, this is Sharon Mistretta, and this is a video regarding the prototype that I created that is designed for administrators and district leaders to have a snapshot of student data created by the interdisciplinary teams that I envision within the district so that they can have a succinct idea of how the teams are doing in the analysis of the data so that they can help the students succeed in their district. So this is done on MIT App Inventor, and this is a potential Android application, and what you're seeing right now is the emulator that's firing up. Just to let you know, what I did was I created a Google spreadsheet. This is based on the same type of spreadsheet that I did see in the Turnaround Session 5 videos. So here they have student profile summaries. So this is what I used as my prototype. So I created this data, and I created this data by taking some of the schools mentioned in the projected sixth grade spreadsheet, and then I made up the rest. So I have teams that I'm calling T1 through T3. I envision that there are different team numbers at the different schools, so that you won't have a T1 at each school, so you know what the team is where they reside. The student ID, what I did was I created, but I used the beginning number. I used it as their graduation year so that we know when they graduate out of the district, and that is what grade they're in. So I believe that I made this for sixth grade. I just made up the student last names and first names, and the last names and first names imply that this is a Hispanic or Spanish speaking population. And then I just made up this data of attendance, number of days absent, number of days tardy, behavior referrals. I made up the, but this is mirroring what I saw in the presentations for our class. The course performance of math, I call this September proficiency because that's what it appeared to be. Their letter grade for the fourth quarter. A designation as to whether we thought they were proficient, basic, or below basic, which is the nomenclature used in the spreadsheet that I saw in the presentation. And then I did the same for English language learning, English language arts, the same thing. And then I also did notes because I envisioned that just like the spreadsheet that I saw in the presentation, that we would have the notes there that the team would key in to the Google presentation. So then what I did was, and I'm going to just pause this for a second and get this emulator going. Okay, so now what you're seeing is the emulator, and this is simply a drop-down menu of the schools and the data that you see in the spreadsheet. So I read it in to the app, and then what I can do is I can look at a specific student. So what it does is I choose a student, and then it comes over here. It tells me what school they're from, the team and their user ID or their student ID, their name. And then it pulls in all of the information that I had included for, so who did I choose? Solana Sanchez. Okay, so that is this one here. Okay, and I'm just bringing the emulator up again. So what I did was I just pulled in all of the information that is in this emulator, in this file, and I placed it. I'm just trying to move this over, but it's not cooperating. And I placed the data on a screen. So, and then I can go back to the screen and choose another one. So what I'm showing you is that I've created this application just so that the administration can have a snapshot right on their iPhone or a tablet that they issue to the administrators. My question is, What other things would you like to see on this? I could have it select so that it is selecting only a certain school or only a certain school and team. I can also query the data such that I can look at, for instance, any of the what I would consider red flag students. So, for instance, this Rico Campos is a red flag here because they're absent 7 days, 22 days tardy, behavior referrals 15, and they're below performance. So I would red flag those, and I would be able to, in the program, I can just query the data and provide some buttons that the administrators can click on a school, they can click on a team, and then click on any red flag students and see them right away on one screen. So what I wanted to do is just ask you if you can just take a look at this video and then perhaps suggest any enhancements that you would want to make such that I can place more sorting in this area of the screen down here so that I can then fine-tune what the students, what the administrators and district leaders want to see. Okay, thank you.